Alright guys, what's going on? Something a little bit different here for you guys today. I've got a viewer submitted replay from one of my moderators. You guys might know him, Mr. Dabbiggrich, Mr. WD Dab. Awesome World of Warships player. One of my mods, great guy. Just a ton of fun guy, ton of fun to hang out with, and very knowledgeable at the game. And in particular with this game, one of the things that he wanted to highlight here, for anyone that's watching or maybe new to the game, is just how to angle properly. He's in the Stalingrad. Great boat. If you're new, again, you might not see this. This boat's not too readily available. It was originally like a Clan Battles reward ship and stuff like that, and then they gave it away other ways, but it's not too easy to find or come across. Great armor for a cruiser, strong Russian armor, great AP. You're going to see Dab utilize that here. Very good velocity on the guns. It's everything you guys hear about from like the Russian stereotype boat. The Stalingrad is, if you have not seen gameplay from Stalingrad before, or you do not have one. And again, this game came around the time, I believe, on New Year's Day, and take that for what it is. This holiday season was, I think, rough for a lot of people that play the game, just from the game player-based standpoint. But whatever, that's a whole other thing. Dab's a solid player. It doesn't matter what time of year, and he's going to show that here. Dab right away is on the alpha flank here, shooting at this Montana, who is shooting AP at him. Or not AP, HE rather. So that's the thing. And really wonko dispersion from the Monty. Again, we're on the Shards map. It's domination mode. Dab's trying to be cruiser support here for his Shimikaze and his 2501. Got a decent amount of DDs and one sub on each team, and then kind of just a good mix there. Firing the Montana, already up to 13k. Montana reps and burns TCP. Dab then looks for shots over here in the Schlieffenberg. Shoots into him, and look at Dab's angling too, by the way, guys. So Dab's angled out, so he can retreat if he needs to against the sub. Dab permanently takes out the torp tubes there on the Schliefflen, so that's very nice for his team. Kind of makes it so the Schliefflen's probably going, oh man, I can't torp now, I can't just do the Schlieffenberg things. Dab's seeing that the sub's there, puts his depth charges down, gets pinged, doesn't repair there to mitigate the ping yet. Holding on to that,
Torpedoes astern.
as he's kind of well aware of what these torps might do. Now he goes, okay, they got range, gonna repair. Sees the Vampire, has AP loaded, but still shoots at the Vampire because he's going to be a good teammate and try to help get the Vampire out. Gets one pen, that's a good shot there though. Good team play. Dab switching back to HE. This Balo is just pinging the crap out of him. Dab thinks maybe the Vampire is going in, and then realizes, no, he's turning out slightly, gets more good hits. And again, this Montana is going to continue to shoot Dab with HE.
Ship is on fire.
And Ripple firing at that. So, Stalingrad, great armor. That's not going to hurt Dab too much there.
Torpedoes astern. Torpedoes
I have no clue what build that Montana's running, and there are certain moments here where I'm like, why is the secondaries not going off, but why are the shells so wonky? I don't know, maybe the guy just didn't have a good captain in there or whatever, but you know what happens. Could be new, like I mentioned, it was the holidays, maybe he's learning. Dab gonna heal here, not burn that DCP for the one fire there. I know a lot of cruisers, you know, that's something you might just burn the DCP there, but Dab's going to try his best to continue to help out. He sees that his Libertini is pushing down. They do have, the enemy team has the St. Vincent over here, so very strong, powerful guns over here. Again, a ship that Dab also plays very well is going to be the St. Vincent. If you guys ever get a chance to watch him play the St. Vincent, it is truly a fun time watching him play that. I think Dab plays it good. He just goes, oh, I just do goofy troll things. No, you play it well, Dab. Gonna find out about that Stalingrad AP here, as he has the full broadside of the Schliefflen, and find out what the Stalingrad AP life's about. Only 4 pens, but still goes for around 9k. That's it's gonna hurt this Schlieflin, especially with the Libertard pushing into him. And that's just a dead Schlieflin. Dab with the dodges on the secondaries there to try to negate any potential goofy fires there. Again, you saw Dab angling out and angling his armor well. Again, something that you can definitely take advantage of in this particular boat. Dab hit the radar there to look for the vampire, but then all of a sudden a wild Smolensk shows up. So Dab switches back to AP. And then the Smolensk goes, I'm going to give you broadside. Oh, okay. So, shoot some. 3 overpens. What's that? I guess when you get Stalin on Stalin metal shooting and hitting each other, it says, no Citadel for you today, comrade. Again, now you're going to start seeing really, really, I guess you could say maybe higher level angling. From Dab and awareness of what to do here. Dab wants to go bow in. He knows this Montana's here. However, realizes that there are Smolensk torpedoes coming in on him. And that there is still a sub right there. So he doesn't want to take the flood. If he doesn't have to, if he needs to hold on to that repair to negate anything. So he's just gonna, he saw that the Montana shot. And he's gonna shoot into that Montana. 17k there, 17.7k into the Montana. That's strong AP from the old Stalin. And Dab just says, you know what? We're going to angle towards the sub and angle my booty, kind of like a reverse side scrape in World of Tanks. And continue to just go at the Montana here. While trying to help pick up the cap, negate the points. You can see his team is way down here in points.
Torpedoes to port.
Dab
Torpedoes
is
to
now
port.
going to
Torpedoes
go
dead
reverse, try to dodge that, and looking for shots on the
Torpedoes dead
Montana.
ahead.
While still helping out with the sub. Dodges those torpedoes. And continues to just utilize and angle his armor in a way where even though the Montana's got 406s, he might still get some trolley bounces here. Holding his shots here. Looking for this Montana to make a mistake. That Montana needs to do what Dab's doing right now. If you look at Dab's angle, the Montana needs to angle out more that way. He doesn't. He shows Dab a flat part, and Dab obliges him with a double Citadel for 37k there. Just putting in work here in the Stalingrad. Dab continues, if you're looking at how he's reversing and turning, he's trying to keep that proper angle where he might still get some ricochets and negate some of that. There's another AK salvo into that. He sees the Smolensk is there, going, okay, great, now I'm going to have a Smolensk try to pincer me and my sub and my DD. He's still backing up, still looking for angles. Aims a little bit high there, doesn't quite have the Citadel angle. Now, kind of just keeping calm and carrying. This is just textbook play. Keeping that angle, turning in and around, waiting for this Montana again. Shooting, going, oh crap, that Smolensk could come around and torp me. Another 10k volley there into that man. Really, really good angling, being aware of his boat, being aware of the situation. This Smolensk ends up taking a peed there and dying, but Dab was ready for that Smolensk if he needed to be too. I think Dab's in a position where he essentially could do this all day around this Montana and with that Smolensk. And there you go. There it is. There's the Citadel shot right there. Another double Citadel taking out that Montana. Alright, so now his team's up. Dab doing some textbook angling there, as well as utilizing his armor, looking for great Citadel shots, being a good team player, utilizing his radar, helping out with the sub, helping out with the Smolensk, helping out with the DD. Their team has done all right. However, there still are some pretty nasty boats left. They still have a Yamato, Vermont, Henri, Golden Weebu, and a Shimakaze here. Dab is about half HP, but Dab does something here that I think is pertinent, and actually, I don't know if he would have lived without it. He takes the early heal. Dab realizes before he's going to be into range, he's got time to heal up, and still potentially get another heal off then once he gets into the engagement. So utilizing that awareness right there, pretty clutch, because even though they're up on points, this game's still not over. And Dab's still going to have to do a little bit of work here to ensure the victory. because I think some boats are probably going to fall here. And if they do, it can definitely still make the game close. The Yamato's pretty healthy, Vermont's healthy, and the Golden's still very healthy over there, as well as you got an Henri that can basically run circles around most of the things on the map here. So let's see what Dab does here. Got some interesting positioning here. We also have a Golden that is, looking for drops there. Maybe a little bit aggressive. I think that Golden's kind of for poker terms, he's kind of pot committed. He's kind of, shit or get off the pot type deal. The Vermont just eats shit there, probably from the Yamato. Dab's looking for shots on the Golden to potentially get that kill and take it out. The Golden actually gets a little bit lucky here because he starts panicking. And he actually rams the Yamato there, which this actually kind of throws off Dab's shells. So that's going to be, I believe, Dab's first miss of the game, and that's not due to his marksmanship. That's just due to the Golden panicking. Dab looks for shots on the Shima there. Try to help out again, be a good teammate. Our Sherman's in kind of a good flanking position there to do some work there. The Henri sees Dab here, goes, oh crap, that's like a full HP Stalingrad. I gotta shoot at that. He does. Sherman's doing work into the Yamato there with the Golden. However, the Yamato is absolutely doing the right thing. He's pushing into the Golden, trying to take out the Golden, and then he's going to try to progress to take out the Sherman. Honestly, this Yamato on that opposite flank looks like he played that very, very well. Takes out the Golden. Dab's trying to get him positioned to where he can maybe get shots sent to the Yami. He knows that there's a Vermont there, as well as a Shima. He's got one radar left. Can he help out his team? What can we do? Dab had switched to AP, looking for the shots on the Yami. However, the Sherman actually hits speeds. You don't say that every day. So the Sherman hits speeds, gets that man out. Vermont has shown up, and Vermont is going to shoot at Dab. Vermont, huge guns, one of the heaviest salvos in the game. However, do not discount the strong selenium. Dab sees the Peds there, goes, okay, the Shima's in play. I'm going to radar, help out my team. Still looks to shoot at the Shima. However, I believe our Hiragumo finishes off the Shimikaze there. Dab then goes and angles towards the Vermont here. So there are going to be a couple of clutch things here, honestly, still within this game, with them only having 2 boats here. But Dab realizes, hey, you know what? The Vermont's only got its 2 front guns on me right now. I can still angle to that. Honestly, what's the bigger threat to him right now? Potentially, honestly, the rate of fire from the Henri. So Dab goes, looks for shots in the Henri. He's in secondary range of the Vermont. Angling towards the Vermont, while still now, if you look, he's positioning the bow of his ship slightly more towards the Vermont, but still angled where he can maybe bounce some shells from the Henri, which you just saw him do. That's an entire salvo from the Henri, basically negated by the angling that Dab is performing here. And then looks for more shots on the Henri. This Vermont's getting closer to him. Dab moves forward to try to get his angling better here again. So it might seem counterintuitive. You might not want to go, hey, I want to get close. But he got forward just to get enough where he could, momentum in his boat where he could spin it out a little bit. Now he's slowed down and he's reversing again. Looking for shots into the Vermont because now the Vermont's just so close. He's got to do some work on this Vermont. 5K salvo there. I believe Dab's looking to probably try to take out the Vermont's front guns, which is, again, with the penetration values on the Stalingrad at this range is something that you can do. It's 5.1K salvo there with just 3 pens. Trying to break those guns. Got a fire on them. Now the problem is the Henri has now switched to HE instead of the AP that he was shooting. So that's going to do some chunk damage to Dab. Looking, do I take the Citadel shot? Do I have it yet? Didn't quite have enough angle. That's really good awareness by Dab. So looks for the big chunks there. Hiragumo comes in clutch there with the Peds on the Vermont. And Dab gets those shots off. However, unfortunately, that Vermont got one last salvo into Dab. Switched his guns around. Dab procs his commander perks because Russian boat gets more HP. Whatever. And then looks to try to get some more damage into the Henri. Very, very close to being underneath that number 2 for that frontal citadel. Very, very close. Good awareness, but Dab still got more damage in there. Picked up another fire there, which makes that unique in case that our sub gets any sort of pings. The Haragumo's still peppering the Henri. The game, there's still a lot of time here. Game's still not technically over. Dab did almost 200k damage, 1.7 million tanked, and it was all tanking and missing too, and just utilizing his armor properly. Guys, everything that Dab did here was super, super textbook. I know not everyone that's playing today still has access to Stalingrad. But there are other boats that you can do you can utilize that in the Kronstadt, other cruisers. Even sometimes you've seen me do that in the Hindi. Utilizing one of the best things that you can do to get better in the game is just doing exactly what Dab did there. Dab knew what his armor layout was, what his armor profile was, what was shooting at him, and the best way to get his bow on or to get his booty over. So that he could make effective use of his armor. Again, guys, that's in your port. You can just hit the armor layouts, and then there are a whole bunch of different websites where you can see what does what and how it reacts to different boats here. So this Henri, I don't know if he had already, maybe he's using Def AA in Henri, but he definitely does not have hydroacoustics going. The Haragoma here, who also played a hell of a game here, Mr. Cold Beer, get some peds there, thinking that, you know what, that Henri is probably going to go to my smoke. And that's exactly what the Henri does. He timed that out perfectly, thinking that the Henri was going to go into his smoke, and picks up 2 peds and kills the Henri. So, fantastic game by him, but just on top of this, just really, really fantastic angling, use of armor from Dab there. And yeah, this was a game from New Year's Day. 192k there from Dab. Bunch of shell hits, secondary hits, planes, defense. This was an all-around, on top of just realization of, utilizing his armor and stuff like that. All-around good team play from Dab. And again, just definitely helping carry this team with, as mentioned before, some of the holiday players. Not everyone's going to be up to that same level, but that Dab is at. But utilizing that knowledge definitely is something that is going to set yourself apart, and get good games like this consistently, like Dab does. He's a fantastic player. If you guys see him in game, tell him I said good game. You guys can catch him on my stream every now and then. He is one of my mods. Every now and then I'm lucky enough to play with him too. Fantastic player, as are all of the Well Done guys. They're all good guys. So go ahead, say good game to Dab. Dab, thank you for sharing this replay, and hopefully you guys take away some of what Dab was doing there from an angling standpoint. Hopefully I did it a little bit of justice. There are, again, guys, different ways that you can figure out what your armor layouts are and how that's going to perform against different guns. And you could just see that Dab knew what it was just from second nature. That is going to be one of those things that's going to help set your gameplay apart, and this was textbook there from Dab. So hope everyone has a wonderful day. Dab, thank you again. Great game from Dab, and I will catch you all later. See you guys.